Welcome back to the BTV Potty. We have got an epic episode for you today. We have got Vicky and Mick on the couch from Props, who are a family-owned business. They've created the first phone case in the world for content creators with a fully tiltable stand.
And you're going to love the episode. Not only are they funny, but they really share behind the scenes of getting a business off the ground with a startup. They talk about their fails, their lessons, what drives them. And I think if you are in business and you're thinking of starting a business, a really good insight to what actually it takes to get a business off the ground.
You know what? We missed talking about something in the episode that I really want to preface with. So these guys, you will hear their story about how they have thrown everything they've got at it and they've gone all in energetically, financially, and their launch was phenomenal. Like their on-ramp to their launch date was amazing. I watched the whole thing go down. I was so impressed by it. And off the mic, we have had conversations with Vic about how the launch was actually quite, maybe not deflating is not the right word to say, but they kind of felt a little bit defeated because there's so much hype out there about $1 million launches and sold out launches and things like that. And I think that narrative is so prominent, particularly in the online space, in product-based businesses, things like apparel, things like that, right? And so when their launch didn't go to plan, they were like, is this for us? Is this going to work? Have we made a really big mistake? And I was talking to Vic this week. They've just had the most amazing Black Friday sale. And I think she said they sold more in an hour of their Black Friday sale than they did in their entire week of their launch.
It's just so good to have those wins too. And just like you said, changing the narrative. It's not always just about the launch. You can have a launch that might flop and it's all about the marketing and how you can get up, dust off and go again.
Yeah, and it's just that never give up attitude, the grit, the consistency, the dusting back off. I think that's what's so inspiring about their story. So we are so pumped for you to listen to this episode. So let's dive right in.
Well, you know what? We had to get amongst it because when Shani shared with me your guys' stuff, I was like, these guys are funny as.
I actually was like, Lozzie, you have to follow these guys. Their marketing is just so on point. It's so good. You have to follow. And I think I even said to my whole community, I was like, if you want a masterclass on how to launch a product, go follow these guys. So we just want to celebrate you guys because it's just unique. It's amazing. It's funny. It's authentic. It's real. It's just so fun to watch. And that's why we were so excited to have you on the potty.
Thank you guys. We really, really appreciate it. And yeah, definitely a moment for Mickey. Obviously, he is stepping outside of his comfort zone so much. I'm very grateful that he came. He was kind of like, maybe I shouldn't just come, but I'm so glad you did.
Well, business babe, so.
Well, you're business babe now, seriously. You guys, you look so confident when you guys are doing the camera stuff together too. Like I said, your Instagram, I don't know if it's just right now, but I feel like Instagram is a boring place to hang out at the moment. And so when I see your content, you stand out, you got me laughing, full belly laughing. I'll be sending them to Shani, be like, I'm in hysterics.
Yeah.
So excited to have you on the show.
Thank you, guys.
For people who maybe haven't come across you, tell us about your product. What is Props?
Yep, so Props is the world's first iPhone case with a built-in fully tiltable stand. It is fully designed for content creators, for people anybody that makes content with their phone, whether you're a founder, whether you're a podcaster, whether you're a UGC creator, whatever you might be. I think a lot of people don't think they're content creators, but they actually are. And the purpose of Props is that anybody can be a content creator. Anyone can tell stories with their phones. Yeah. And so we just wanted to make it super accessible. I know from a personal standpoint, I might appear confident, but I am definitely not the type of person that's going to be setting up a tripod in the middle of a street or anything to get the shot. I'd much rather it be subtle, quick, and in the moment. And that's where it was kind of born from.
So tell us, how did you come up with the genius idea? How did it all come about?
Well, it definitely
was.
I will say Vicky is the number one cheerleader, and I think our relationship is very much, I am so impulsive and I am so we need to try this, we need to do this. And I've been trying to think of an idea because I've been a videographer. We run a videography company, we still do. And we've run it for 10, 12 years. Yeah. And it got to the point where we were having kids and sometimes on set we might be there 12, 13 hours and it just wasn't really gelling with the family life, was it? And we've also always been the type of people that like really want to start a business and like we're quite entrepreneurial like that. So I would come to him and I'd be like, this is the idea. And he's a much less riskier person. So he'd be like, no, that's not it.
What's
and
some
like some of them like
ideas
the
we've
sex
had?
box.
Yeah.
A sex box?
Yeah, like we want
Like a subscription
to
sex
sex
box.
toys,
Oh,
right? We were like, that
would
could
be
be
good.
something, even though like neither of us really have any experience with sex
Well,
toys.
you're going to
like,
have to try
Oh,
them all
that's
out.
That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, well, we've got
marketing
2
campaigns
kids,
for
yeah.
that though. Imagine how fun you would be with the marketing
Yeah.
campaign
Oh,
for that.
we
Yeah,
would
it would
love
be good.
it. It would be good. So there's like sex box, and there was what
You
about?
have an activewear brand.
Oh my god,
years
years ago with mermaid patterns. And then we've had your recycled surfboard covers,
Oh, yeah,
which we
yeah.
did one market stall and then
Yeah.
never did it again. Like we've always been like, let's try this, let's try
Yeah.
that. There's literally 10 million more. And one day I was out in Sydney and I was filming with this big agency that actually did the branding for props. They're called Bandit, shout out, like the best group of women to like do any like type of project like that. And we'd been filming this big shoot and we were in the alleyway at the end of the day and I was like, let's do this TikTok dance. And honestly, for the life of us, we could not get the shot that we wanted, right? We couldn't get the phone to face downwards on top of this gate so you could see everybody. And we ended up like putting it on the floor, balanced against something, and the shot looked shit, right? And sat that night, I got back from Sydney, I'm breastfeeding Billy at like 2:00 in the morning, and I literally just wrote on my notes app, iPhone case with tiltable stand, ? And then the next morning I woke up super early, these two were still sleeping, and I just like had a quick look thinking, oh, I'll buy something that has that in just for future.
Wow.
There was nothing.
We literally were saying this yesterday. I'm like, does one exist? Like, has one ever existed?
It does
Nothing.
not exist. And it's like the most simple product, right? But like it just didn't exist. And so I went in the kitchen when he got up and I was like, Mick. And I told him and he looked and he was like, say that again? And then I was like, and I told him and he's like, that's it. And I was like, wait.
That's
Is this
it?
I get to
Is
go.
this the
I get to
idea?
go. And he's like, go. And he's
Yeah.
like, and so he jumped straight into like market research and he's like, okay, Vicky, like the industry's growing, this is happening, like the iPhone accessory industry's worth this much, blah blah blah, there's this many content creators, like and so he just validates, boom boom boom, like there is a niche in this market. And still at the moment there is not one brand that says, for this massive growing industry of content creators and storytellers from your phones, here is a product, here is a brand that is for you, that is stylish, that is cool, that is practical. Like you've got your cheap Amazon stuff that you know, blah blah blah, then you've got like maybe Casetify that have got just phone cases but for everybody. There's nobody. Or you've got this stuff like Rode, like expensive
It's
for
like
the professional.
It's
But who is like, I got you. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I was following you guys before you had even announced what it was.
Yes.
And the clues were just like,
Oh,
I was like living for the the clues. I was like, what the hell is this thing? I remember thinking, I know what this is. This is going to be something that I don't have to use Matt for, my Instagram husband. And I remember you were like, you're pretty warm. And I was like, oh, it's going to be something that like can get the angles. And honestly, ever since I've had it, I literally use it. Like, you don't just use it like that. You can like hang it.
Oh yeah.
You can, the amount of times I've hung it on things or.
Yeah. People are doing like the, my friend Lexi does always like the selfie.
Oh, I've never used
like
that
always
one.
talking, and she started doing
Ooh.
like wide as well as coming back.
Oh,
like there's
wow.
a lot of people we get as well, like that maybe don't even do content, but they use it as a second screen for work.
Oh, I
Yeah, like-
use this for the toothbrush song. So
Oh,
I get Rui to
yes.
brush his teeth, put it on the tap
Yeah.
and, you know, the wiggle one.
Yeah.
I use it for cooking,
Yeah.
like when I'm like listening to a podcast, like, because I like to listen to podcasts and read the transcription. I don't know if that's weird. Do you do that?
I
don't
do
know.
watch the video of a lot of podcasts
Yeah.
while listening. Yeah.
No.
I like to-
My
I like
phase
to
of life
read.
right now, I don't have that. I'm doing all the things.
The
at the same
flexibility.
time.
What else? Yeah. Just music, like just basically
Things,
listening to
yeah.
music, and it's just like there on the.
Well, it's sexy. I've already said I want that one.
Mm.
I want
It's
your
a good colour, hey. We were actually literally just did a big poll for the next colours. And actually, you know, we brought out the black because we were like, we want to be a people pleaser.
And everyone
like,
says, like, you have to do a black phone case. That's
Yeah,
going to be your biggest
big
seller.
and it's our worst seller. And it just goes to show, like, we've created this community of, like, really out there, like, fun,
funky,
you know, funky. And it's like, actually, I said to him that I was like, I'm sick, I'm done of, like, listening to what everybody wants. I'm going to do what Pops and the community want. Do you know what I mean?
Let's talk about, like, the lessons you've learned so far.
Oh, God.
Because I'm sure there have been so many. Because I actually remember you saying on one of your reels, like, you made an error with the initial, like, manufacturer or something, and, like, you've spent a lot of money there, like, but you decided to keep going. Let's talk about that. Like,
so we went to, like, a sourcing agency down in Melbourne, and, like, their kind of business is they'll design the product and help you find a manufacturer, but because of the way their business was set up, there was no transparency, so, like, we would never know who the factory was. That was IP.
Which we now realise is like so important.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chris, our manufacturer. Like, he's a legend. Any issues, we take it straight to him, and he launches, like, a full investigation.
Yeah,
and
they're
like
constantly sending us, like, it's out, but they're constantly sending us new samples of tweaks and stuff.
Because we've had so many issues, and we haven't had so many issues, but there are constantly issues.
Of course,
you know,
be like,
and
things...
like, I know it doesn't look like it, but this is such a small area to create like long-lasting hinge.
Yeah, you have to get the proper engineers to design.
And then even like this, like, we're now playing with the material of this. Is this the best material? Is it like, it's just, it's a lot.
So you went to a person or an agent that wouldn't tell you who the factory would be.
The biggest one in Australia, actually.
Yeah, so they designed it originally, and we were like, I mean, we were so disappointed when we saw the first design. We spent a lot of money. We thought that they were going to be, like, the best because they're a big agency.
Well, our biggest thing was we sat with them, and we've got it in writing, we've got it in everything. It has to go both ways. So we already had, like, made it out of cardboard. We, like, pretty much had the idea. Like,
we knew what it was going to look like.
Yeah, right? And we knew the biggest selling point is there are built-in stands that it goes one way. But that's not for content creators, because what about the back camera? The back, right? So none of the other ones are built for that, right? Or they would be built for wide. And we were like, specifically, our biggest USP is that it has to go both ways and any angle I want people to have access to. And we waited, I think 8 weeks for the first designs. And she gave us 3 designs, and not one of them
went both ways.
And we were like...
And did you have to pay for that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We lost $17,000 to these monkeys. Yeah. Like, it was such a hard... It was really hard.
That's a hard hit, like, in startup.
Yeah.
17K.
Yeah, 17K.
Just like...
And then it's like, we were so underwhelmed with the design process, but we still forged ahead because we're like, we've paid this money.
Yeah.
We might as well go ahead. And then they started talking to manufacturers, and they were giving us quotes, and we were having to compromise on the materials. Like, you know, like, we've got this nice, like, silicon material. Like,
and it's overmolded was a really big thing with us. So you've got the microfiber on the middle to protect the phone on the inside. Then the middle, we want it to be PC, like hard polycarbonate to really protect the case. And then we wanted, like, this really looks like, we loved Hailey Bieber's Road one, you know, and I was like, I want it to be like that kind of quality vibe. And also it adds to the protection of it, right? And they were just like, you're not going to get that for anywhere like under $1 million to kind of like start. Like, it was just every step of the way. And there was a lot of lying, there was a lot of gaslighting, there was a lot of, but we were so... Like, we just didn't have a clue, did we, babe? And we were, you don't, nah. And we didn't feel empowered to do it ourselves. Yeah. Like, he was literally like, I'm going to have to learn Mandarin on Duolingo.
Oh, man.
And I was like, like, we don't have the time for you to learn Mandarin, right?
Yeah, like level 2.
Yeah. And I was like...
I love Duolingo.
And eventually... crazy. So we messed around with them for like a good year and a half, lost 17 grand. And for me, it's not even the money, it was the time.
Yeah.
It was the time. Like, it was just, it was and do you know what it was? It wasn't just the money, and it wasn't just the time. It was like this feeling of like, we started doubting whether or not we could do it, right?
Yeah.
We were like, all the gusto we lost, didn't we?
It's because like you have the idea of this product in your head and it's perfect, and then we're looking at the drawings and it doesn't look like this. and it's made out of the cheapest material, and it's costing twice as much as what we're paying now.
And we wouldn't have any relationship with our manufacturer. Like, these guys are dogs.
It just takes a bit of a wind out of yourselves because you know that it's an inferior product, and you know that.
And I was like, I'm not going to sell this.
Yeah.
I don't believe in this product. I don't think it's the best it can be. It was just really hard, And he's a lot less of a risk taker. So I do feel like he would kind of be like, let's give them another chance. Which I also appreciate, because I think I'm very hot-headed. So I would like literally
each other out
on that first thing I would be like, it's done. Like, wouldn't I? Like, axe them. Like, I would have literally taken them to the Daily Mail if he hadn't have just like calmed me down. Like, I did actually try and get our money back and had this massive argument with the CEO on the phone. But anyway, I took the high road thanks to my gorgeous man and just was like, whatever, let's focus on this. And then I'm at the park and I'm talking to a mate of ours that we've known for like a good year, hadn't we? We've known and I'm telling her, and I think I'm crying, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. We've sunk all this money, blah blah blah, and it wasn't just the 17 at that point. We paid for samples, we paid for branding, we'd started to pay for the website design. Like, we'd sunk everything we had into this, right?
Like, how much are we talking?
We're talking initially, I think it was about 50 grand of our own money. There would have been about 30 for branding, website, packaging.
It's like over 100K. You reckon?
Now we're up to nearly 300.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I love your honesty around that, because I think it's like there's a lot of people who listen to these podcasts. I think we have like two type of listeners. You have the listeners who are wanting to start something new. So it's cool to hear like, how long have you been sitting on an idea for, and how long does it actually take to get it off the ground?
Yeah.
And then there's people who've been doing it for a little bit and still aren't getting in the green. And like, you hear these stories, you're like, wow, it's taken a lot of skin, energy, time. Like it. And look what you guys are.
You know, like the barriers to entry to starting a business. Like, sometimes I see online people being like, you don't need a lot of money to start a business. It depends on what business you're starting.
Yeah.
Because for this, for example, how many different iPhone sizes are there? Number one, each series has 4 sizes. And for each mold, we pay $13,000 for each size. Wow. Then there's MOQs per colour per size. Like, it's MOQs minimum order quantity. And
so we can't just order like 10 in pink.
And what was the MRQ?
MOQs 300 per colour per size.
Yeah.
And then the iPhone just dropped a new phone.
So now we've literally just dropped another.
Our first run, but the least we could order was 5,400 units.
Oh my God, do the math. I'm not a mathematician, but that's a lot.
It's a lot. And I think like one of the posts that I did went a little bit viral because I'm like crying and I'm like, you know, I never thought I'd post myself crying online, but I was just so overwhelmed. I had just got back from New York, so I was very jet lagged. But I was like, you know, so many people online, which I love. I like, start the business, do the thing, like get into it. But the truth is, if you're not like, it is so much harder than what people think. And I think it's so unfair just to say that, because say, for example, I mean, even me, like, I've got family that could help. What if you haven't got a family that come from, we haven't got a rich family, but we've got family that have got savings that are 100% happy to back us. What if you don't have a relationship with your parents? Because the bank won't lend us anything, will they not? And so what if, like, we had our house to leverage against? What if you haven't been able to afford a house? Like, there are so many. I'm not taking it away from the fact that we have worked extremely hard, but there has been a lot of privilege and luck in our court that has made it that we can start a business. So I think just to say, oh, go for it, start the business. Well, let's take a minute, like.
And anything in manufacturing stuff, it's expensive.
Yeah.
Well, I think I saw that reel that you're talking about when you were crying, because that's actually when I messaged Shani and I was like, I want them on the show. Because it was your authenticity. That's like, that's why we started this podcast, because I don't think there is enough conversations. Like, business is beautiful and you build it because of, and I'd love to know what inspired you to want to have a business in the first place. But I know for a lot of people, you build it for the freedom and you build it to have a bit more flexibility around growing families and things. But it's not always easy.
And there's
then you
no
see the highlight reel, there's no
transparency.
transparency. So like, let's have these conversations on the show. So I know you're just talking about you're having tears in the parks. Before I take you back there, I know you mentioned it was like a year and a half of even trying to get like the phone here. How long were you sitting on the idea for? Like before, like how long has this been brewing? Like, how far into the business journey now? We're seeing it now, but how long's the journey been to here?
So it did take 2 years to get to like
to
it took 2 years, I think, to get the actual product here, wasn't it?
Wow.
2 years altogether. But
Yeah.
I will say we started that week that I had the idea.
Vicky's all or nothing.
I'm
like,
all
as
or
soon
nothing.
I
as-
know, that's what
as
I
soon
love
as she got
about
the
you.
go-ahead,
Yeah, as soon as I got the nod from him, I was like, this, write entire life savings down on the branding. And he was like, should we have
branding was the first thing.
and then the sourcing agency. And so we started that week. I'm definitely not a like, I was like, we need to get this launched in 6 months. And
I
he's like,
love it.
that's not going to happen. I didn't think it would take 2 years, but it was a
you were
lot.
full on, we're going to launch by Christmas.
Yeah.
2023.
Yeah. I was straight into it. And then, but because of this sourcing agency, because of our lack of like confidence, I feel like
Of
I do look back and
course.
feel so sorry for us in a way, because I feel like if we had have just done it ourselves,
Yeah.
it would have been so much quicker and so much more amazing. But then
How did we
everything
know
leads to
It's
to
all
what it is.
perfection.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
I'm in the park.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have like a really weird brain, so I
Oh,
will
yes,
jump
the
all
guy.
Don't worry, I'll
park,
pick
the
you
mate.
up. I
I'm in
was
the
like, I want to hear the
park.
story.
I'm pushing out my kids on the swing. I'm talking to my friend and I'm like, we've spent all this money. I'm losing all this like energy that I've got for it. Like, it just doesn't feel like it's going to happen. And if it is going to happen, we cannot afford it. Like, what they're giving us quotes wise is out of this world, wasn't it,
was
babe?
crazy, yeah.
And she's like, well, maybe I could help. And I was like, how could you help? She's like, I'm a sourcing agent.
Shut up.
And I was like,
But she's like told her what she does before, but you know when someone has like a job that you don't
Understand,
and
you know,
you
just
kind of
goes,
realise, yeah.
And then I was like, wait, what? And she's like, yeah, I'm a sourcing agent. I've done it since I was
Oh my
18. I
gosh.
usually
She's
do it for
brilliant.
apparel. Like, she's worked for some massive brands. And she's like, but I could look into like plastic products. Like, I'm sure I could figure that out. And I was like,
Oh my God.
okay. I was like, I'll pay you for a month to do some digging whilst we're still working, because we were too scared to let go of this sourcing agent. It'd been a year and a half, right? And we were like, come on. And not even a month went by, 3 weeks went by, and she's like, I've been speaking to 6 different manufacturers. Here's an Excel sheet with all these different
Shut
pricing.
So in a month she got us up to the same level of progress, but these guys had taken
Us
a
to,
year and a half.
Who's apparently the biggest agent in
Oh,
Australia.
yeah. And you know what I
We've
will
heard
just
a lot
say?
of other
Oh my God, we haven't even
clients of
mentioned their
ours.
name online, but I've shared some stories, not mentioning their name. And I have had,
so many.
9 separate
Same
people reach out and say, is it?
experience. Mm.
We've had the exact same
Isn't that
experience.
interesting?
So like loads of us want to get together and do like a massive like expose
Take 'em
on them.
down,
I know, but
babe.
babe, I'm like
Yes.
so focused at the minute. I don't have time for a takedown
Can
right
I be
now.
the host of
I
that?
know, yeah, imagine. And so, and the guy who owns it as well, like when I spoke to him and I told him all the reasons that I was like, I was 14 weeks pregnant when I handed you $17,000, like my entire, like, and you took it and we've got nothing. And oh God, babe, you know what? Am I a fireball or am I not? I am a fireball, right? And do you know what he was saying to me? Vicky. Oh, don't you be saying my name like that. And I was like, try this. Stop saying my name. Vicky, darling, listen.
Are you in the background just like...
Oh, he's like hiding.
Wasn't allowed on that call.
It was just like, no. It was horrible. Anyway, I actually did handle it quite well. But so anyway, we've had, like, Em came to us with this incredible, investigation that she'd done. She had the top 3 picks that she thought they could do exactly what we wanted for just slightly over budget, wasn't it? Like, just slightly over budget, but exactly what we wanted. And then so we were like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Fired them, hired Em, and it was just all systems go since we hired it.
All right, babe, quick pause here, because if you're anything like us, you're probably someone who cares a lot about creating financial freedom and more choices in your life and having an abundant life. And as you know, wealth isn't built by accident. It is built by intention. And every time we talk about wealth, we get so many DMs, hey Lozzie, when people are just like, how do we invest? How do we get started? I'm nervous. Like, where did you start? What do I do? Where do I look? What do I read? So
we wanted to briefly interrupt this episode to share a little more about our partners Dashdot, because if you're serious about building wealth, this is something that you'll want to hear. Dashdot is an award-winning buyer's agency that specializes in helping everyday people, especially busy entrepreneurs, find high-performing investment properties using data, strategy, and research. They're basically the team you want behind you when you're building a property portfolio with confidence instead of guesswork.
And you guys might not know this, but Lozzie and Dan have actually been working with Dashdot for quite some time now with their own investing journey, and they've been building their property portfolio with them. And as a friend, seeing what's been happening behind the scene for you guys, it's honestly been so inspiring.
Yes. And you can always trust us to only share things that we are personally doing and using. So before Dashdot, I personally felt overwhelmed. I kept trying to piece together everything I was reading, listening to on podcasts, talking with the people in my network, but I just kept waiting to feel ready, and I can't help but feel like I was going to make a mistake. So I started working with Dashdot, and then everything changed. They laid out a clear strategy. They helped me understand the numbers. They walked with me step by step, and it went from something that once felt really confusing and daunting to something that felt really empowering and exciting.
And I think that's exactly why we kind of like wanted to bring them into our community. I think so many women want to invest, but they don't know where to start, or they feel super intimidated by the process, or it's the too hard basket sort of thing. And I think what Dashdot does really well is they remove that barrier, and they just give you that clarity and that strategy that you need and the real support so that you can make powerful financial decisions without all that stress.
Yeah, they were so hands-on. They didn't just throw properties at me and hope for the best. They created a personalized strategy based on our goals. They explained the why behind every move, and they analyzed everything from potential to cash flow to negotiating. It honestly made me think, why were we trying to do this alone? Why did we wait so long sitting on cash from one of the first properties we bought? And we're kind of doing it ourselves, running blind. So if you're like me, maybe you're a mum, maybe you run businesses, maybe Dashdot could save you some time and energy, as property wasn't our wheelhouse, but we wanted to be empowered and educated and supported as we continue to diversify and build wealth in this space.
I love that. And I think when women have access to this kind of support, so many things change, like your confidence changes, your long-term wealth changes. All of a sudden, opportunities and options for you and your future change. And so for our BTB listeners, Dashdot has given you something very generous.
Very generous. If you go ahead with any of Dashdot services, just mention BTB and you'll receive $1,000 off. It's such a beautiful way to support women stepping into wealth. And if you're not sure yet whether you're ready to invest, that's completely fine. Their free strategy call is a perfect place to start. There's zero pressure. It's literally just clarity around what's possible for you.
If you want to read more about what Dashdot offers, their website link is in our show notes, and you can explore their services, their client results, and kind of get a feel for how their team works. But if you are ready to take that next step, or even if you're just kind of curious, just book the call. It's free. Mention BTB and your $1,000 discount will be applied if you choose to work with them.
It honestly has opened my eyes to how simple and accessible property investing becomes when you have the right team around you.
So if wealth building is part of your long-term vision, and if you're listening to this, it probably is. So go and check out the link in our show notes and take the next aligned step for your financial future.
All right. We were excited to share that with you, but now let's get back to the episode.
Just proof that like business is conversations. Like you need to be talking to people in your network, because you actually probably have people in your network that can help you. And I never understood the power of networking events, because I hate networking because I'm an introvert. But then you hear stories like that and you're like, you really just got to talk belly to belly. You don't know who's already in your world that can help you.
Actually listen
100%.
to what people
and you would never find her on Google.
Never.
Like, ever.
She's a gun.
Brilliant.
She's a gun.
Link in bio.
Oh yeah, she is a gun. I've actually had loads of people message me, and I do pass on her contact. Like, if you're listening, we love you so much, babe. Don't ever leave us. Yeah, she's a gun. She's helped us with our second product. Like, we fully have her.
Incredible, guys. Yeah. Have you ever had people say to you, like, you are crazy for dumping that much, or like people that don't believe in you or the product, or they have their like opinions on?
Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna say, like, sometimes it's the people closest to you, sometimes like friends, and maybe it's because they care more than just
they come from a good place.
Street,
yeah,
that is true.
We had a lot of people who would be like sort of
sending us
pictures of like similar products and being like, oh, this already exists, and like,
and we were kind of just like, I remember we got a good few of them, and we were like, I get it, but imagine if you're about to bring out a new type of lip gloss and you send them all the lip gloss brands, like, okay, and I do hear what you're saying. I do think it is from a place, but I have reveled in like making this happen. And
Absolutely.
we haven't had people outright say it to us, but we've had little things like that that have quite surprised us a bit, hasn't it? But family, like my dad, my mum, my
brother ordered 2 to the UK. He's in the UK, and I just went back to the UK to see him recently, and I was like, "Oh, you're not using my phone case?" He's like, "No, I've got a Samsung." I literally just bought them to support. Yeah.
Did you tell me that?
Yeah.
Oh, Chris.
It's just like, well, if we ever do upgrade, then we'll have it.
Oh my God, stop, Chris.
That's so
all
cool.
of our family, like, because actually when we started our videography company, exact same thing. I was working as a receptionist in Panama, and I was a yoga teacher, and I was in a yoga class one day, and the resort that we worked for had hired a videographer to come in, Sarah Tyler, and film the yoga class. And I was doing yoga, and I was just watching her face behind the camera, and I was like, I want to do that. And I went in and told Mickey, and I was like, I'm going to be a videographer. And he was like, and I was like, you're going to learn to edit. I'm going to do the video stuff. And he's like, right, well, why don't we try with the little camera you've got now? I was like, no. I was like, the equipment I want's 10 grand. And it, like back then, like we were like, you know, packers. And he's like, Vic, and I rang my mum, told her my pitch, and she was like, I'll lend you the money then, baby. And we turned that 10 grand into, well, we bought our own home, like, you know, everything.
That was a good little business decision.
Well, I've had the privilege of working with you as a videographer for one of my campaigns, and it was like the most professional, best. Like it's why you guys are so good at marketing, because you have that skill set. Don't you feel like it's kind of perfection? How like you're in Panama and you're doing this yoga thing, and then this girl's a videographer, and you're like, I want to do that, and now like fast forward to now, and it's like that skill set is actually bringing you the skill sets that you have for this.
Yeah,
isn't
it's
that
wild,
so cool?
isn't it? Because I actually then also went to do a yoga teacher training after the time that I decided I wanted to be a videographer, and I ended up for an entire month filming the entire yoga teacher training, doing content for all of the yogis.
Wow.
And then that's literally just what skyrocketed. So it's just weird. It's like I always say to him, like, these are like there's already pebbles like laid like stepping stones, and you just gotta follow the breadcrumbs.
That's always
you
my
know?
thing. I'm like, something's leading you this, and it's happened for a reason. You needed those lessons at the start.
Yeah.
So you mentioned before, like you've always been the business idea. Like you've always had business ideas. You've always been entrepreneurial. Why do you think that is? Why are you drawn to business, and what inspired you to start or want to even start a business? Especially when you had your videography business as well.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think?
And we were doing really well, I think. I think we did so well with our videography business. We worked for some massive people, like, and I think I could have kept going with that, like hardcore. But yeah, I definitely like the idea more of like with videography, unless I started an agency, it's like time in equals money out. Whereas with product-based and e-commerce, it's so much harder. But eventually it could be, there's no limit on it, right? Like I can only film so many times in a day or so many hours, right?
Particularly you guys have 2 kids now, so like family, home harmony is so much more important
much more important. And you know, like even Billy will be like, oh mom, don't go, or like
long days filming and then long days editing.
Yeah. I mean, props is probably 20 times that, but still
for now.
But do you know what it is? I honestly think it's down to like my mum and dad. My mum and dad are like they're separated now, but they are friends. And my dad has such an entrepreneurial spirit, and my mum is like the workhorse, like you, isn't she? So like my dad would be like, let's do this. Like they started their own like fire extinguisher company when I was so young.
Cool.
And like I know it sounds so random, but like they did so well. They sold it. They started a new one. They do up houses. Like they've just got this like, and they're not rich, but they're comfortable, and they've done so well for themselves. And I definitely think it's my dad's, he has no fear. Like he's like, let's just go, let's do it. Like I know we can. And then my mom is like the thinker, the numbers, she and it's, and that's like really,
it's like the same dynamic.
And over her life they've gone from like a small house, tiny little house, and then they've like upgraded and then kept putting extensions on, and now I mean they just sold the house, but it's like the most beautiful house in the street.
And
isn't that beautiful?
They're
and that's
really
like what
cool.
like that's been your inspiration, obviously, and like what's been modeled for you.
Yeah.
That's
Mickey had very different, like his parents like both worked as teachers for like 40, 50 years, like
Mhm.
very like,
stable.
which is why sometimes like he'll have a little bit of resistance, I think.
would like, and I'll be honest, like if it wasn't for her, I would just get in a job and just work. I used to be a chef, like I'd probably still be a chef, even though I would be working myself to death, you know.
Yeah.
But like I'm just a worker.
He's like the type of guy that you're like, do this, and he'll do it, and he'll do it mint, and he'll stay focused. And whereas I can't, like I'm definitely undiagnosed ADHD. Like I am like,
and she's a terrible worker. So she said when we were in Panama, right? She's working reception in a Panamanian hotel, doesn't speak a word of Spanish, doesn't do any work, sits and watches all these YouTube videos of like travel vloggers and stuff. But
I've never been a good employee.
Yeah, terrible.
Terrible.
But in that job, so she basically saw an opportunity. There was all of these yogis coming to this retreat, and she would take photos of them on the beach and sell them a USB stick with all their photos on.
And I was making more than
she was making more than the owner of the hotel, and he got wind of it and wanted a cut.
And he was like, "If you're gonna do this, you need to give me 30%."
But
and
that's
I was
Vicky,
like,
you know.
All right, whatever.
I'll still make it.
Yeah. And so like I'm always like
thinking.
Yeah, and I fully hold my hands up. It has taken me 33 years to admit this, but like I can't work for other people. I just butt heads, and and it's not because I'm arrogant, but I'm always like thinking, oh, we could do this quicker, or we could do this better, or what about this? And I do.
You're the toughest boss I've ever worked for.
Thanks, Beth.
Do you know what though? This dynamic is what's perfect. Like yin and yang, black and white. Like I feel like we have a very similar dynamic.
Yeah.
Like I'm you and you're Mick. Like
she's like, she goes all the creative, pretty stuff, and she do the thing like, just tell me what you want, I'll just go and fucking do it. Like,
she's
I'll
like
execute, just let me get it done. Yeah.
And I think there's perfection in a dynamic like that. And it's like we've worked together 10 years now.
Yeah.
But like it's awesome to have like opposites.
100%.
So I think that's
and
why
we enjoy different things. Like when we do things, like it's like we already or automatically know each other's strengths. So you do that, we delegate, and it's like we're doing the things we actually enjoy. So it just makes it so much easier.
Oh yeah, we don't even have to have a conversation anymore. But like who owns what roles? You know what I mean?
So who edits the pranks?
That I do all the reels. I edit all the pranks, which is just the highlight of my week. And we literally get maybe an hour a week to do content together because both of our kids, there's only 2 days. We've got 1-year-old and a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
And so between the two of them, they only do 2 days of care at the same. My son does 3, but my daughter only does 2, right? So we only get 2 days a week where
we can actually.
And even then, it's not that because one of them's at bloody Brunswick at Bush School, so he has to. It's like
half time's traveling.
It's just not even, honestly. And so we get this 1 hour, and I'm like, babe, come on, like we've got let's smash it out. And he's always like,
she always seems to catch me unawares with the pranks.
I was like, how are you not like expecting it? Like, are you like walking on eggshells?
The last one with the fake DMs. Me and Chat made them.
Mickey.
I did not have a clue. I was like 100%
I need to show Shani the picture of them. It looks
honestly
fake, right?
Mick, just like so you know, when I watched it, I was like, Vicky, too far.
I know.
Too far. This one's too far.
Okay, look at this.
Piece of me
Poor
dying
little
back
heart at the
there.
end. Look at the picture. Like you can tell
the AI
it's fake.
face.
Yeah.
AI,
I
right?
wasn't going to zoom in.
Yeah,
It
you're not
says,
going to look
you
at it.
don't rot low, all other ot on. Like it's like, you know.
You were just like trusting her.
Yeah.
You trust
You know
her.
what? I will
Trusted
say
you.
I didn't think he would do that. But this week I have tried to give you loads of compliments to make up for it.
Right,
Haven't
okay.
I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have, babe. I've been telling you how lovely you are and everything.
For those listening, if you missed the reel, there was a prank that Vicky did where she got AI to create like a
Fake
whole bunch of fake
DMs.
DMs saying how like attractive and hot Mick is and
Oozes intellect. Like, come on.
like do
He
yourself
was
a
just like, "Ooh, I've
favor.
never thought of myself like that.
Go like scroll through the feed and find it because It'll either break you or make you fucking laugh so hard.
Mate, we were at the Fleetwood Mac like as a cover band last night, and we're sitting there dancing, and the whole time asking ChatGPT what pranks can we use for tomorrow. So we're brainstorming what we can do.
Yeah.
Eye gazing was a good one.
Yeah.
But you started laughing.
I was like,
That's how
You lost your state.
I was like,
Ozzy.
everyone be cool.
oh, too good.
Yeah.
Can I ask, what's your why? Like, why are you doing this? What like drives you? Why put the time, the energy, the money, the leveraging your home? Like, what drives you guys to make this thing
I'll
go?
be fully honest. Like, my why is that one day we can literally just travel the world with the kids, like live on the road, like get a house in Tassie, never see anybody else again. And, like,
Goals.
Yeah, just
to
spend time with the family.
And you know what? We love it though. Like, we do
Yeah,
love it. We
would
really enjoy
We'll
it.
be bored down
Oh yeah,
Tassie.
we'll end up starting something else. I actually
Yeah.
already have another idea for canned goods. But anyway, we won't
Canned
go into
goods
that.
is
Babe, no, I'm
using my
telling
veto
you.
on that.
No, you can't. Babe, I'm telling you, I've got it all planned out.
Like, nah, not if I've got anything to do with it. He says the yay or
I
nay.
know. No, I have pitched this one to you.
Yeah, you have.
I'm telling
It's
you.
not.
It's going to be the next big thing. But let's finish props first. But yeah, that is my why. Like, my full vision is like being able to like take our laptops, do like 15 hours a week, you know, like managing other people. Product development is what we love, especially like filming content or like even approving content or doing, and then literally being able to just be anywhere in the world with our babies. Like,
Enjoying their childhood.
yeah, you know, and I will say as well, we always bring ourselves back to being like, we can't forget about this though now, because that is a beautiful goal, but that might take another 3, 4, 5 years. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? So we can't miss this.
Yeah,
and I will say,
even now we're so lucky. Like when we came from obviously working jobs, like I was in the kitchen 6 days a week. If I was doing that now, I'd have no time with the kids. But we spend so much time together.
We spend so much time
so
with
we've come
them.
really far.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, we've got animals and land, and like we are really grateful, I think, aren't we, in this moment? But I think it's nice to be like, I'm definitely the type of person that's constantly checking myself, stay present, because I am a proper dreamer, aren't I, babe? Like, I'm always like, we're gonna go live in Sri Lanka, we're gonna go live in, aren't I, babe? And he's
that's
like,
how we ended up in Panama.
That's how we ended up. Yeah,
she got the job in a chocolate factory or something.
yeah.
I love
That's
it.
the saying. It's the ones who are crazy enough to think it are the ones that do. Like, you need to have the vision.
Yeah,
Like,
you
without
need
the
to
vision,
have
it
a
doesn't
crazy
happen. You need to have a crazy.
Our relationship's like up, isn't it? You know, the you know,
the old man, the
old
cartoon,
man,
yeah.
and like, you know, she's always like and he's like, yeah.
I think that's like, I want to highlight something you just said that I think is really important, because I think a lot of people in like startup phase or even in business, like they're chasing like this perpetual, it feels perpetual, like the never ending finish line, and they forget the whole point in the process and in the pursuit of success. They like look back 10 years later and they miss their kids' upbringing. They didn't actually get to experience their kids growing up. And I think like that's what people regret the most that I've spoken to. I don't know if you've ever read the book, The 5 Regrets of the Dying. It's like an amazing book. It's a bit morbid, but it's about this nurse who writes a book where she interviews all these people on a palliative ward about like what are their biggest regrets. And the number one regret was I worked too hard and I missed out on time with my family. And I love what you just said there, because like you're in this pursuit of making this thing like the most amazing thing, but at the same time you're like, but I'm present, like, and I'm not missing.
Oh yeah.
And
like,
that's just like huge.
What would it all be for otherwise? You know what I mean? Like, we're not, and there's no shade on anyone that is, but like, we're not interested in cars. We're not interested in fancy clothes or get us a good Indian once a week and we'd be happy, wouldn't we, babe? Like, we're not like simple pleasures. Like, my biggest thing is like, we just found bunnies in our garden, like our bunnies of bread without us knowing, and we found these and I just literally will sit, won't I, babe, every evening with my daughter, and we just spend ages watching them, feeding them, watching her, like, and it's like little things. We don't want the idea of success that I think is normalized. For us, it would be literally just schooling our kids around the world.
That's true for most people. I bet most people don't want a Ferrari and a
Babe, I
designing
think you'd be
clothes and stuff.
surprised, you know.
Do
I think you're quite like in your own little beautiful world and just stay there, darling, because
Mickey's bubble.
Yeah, Vicky's little bubble.
I'm mindful of time, but I think like there's so much value that you guys have to share and what you've already shared. But if there's people who are tuning into this now who are wanting to start a business and you could save them some time, energy, sweat, all the things, tears, what are some things you would do differently, and what advice would you give knowing what you know now?
Don't use that sourcing agency.
Yeah, top result on Google. Just skip past that
Yeah,
one.
definitely.
Do some research. And
I would say definitely you've got to draw a beautiful line between listening to other people, to experts, to mentors, to everything like that, and trusting your own gut. And don't give away, like don't outsource. Keep as much of it to yourself as what you possibly can, because like even like ads and stuff like that we're learning, and like I'm so like I am not going to give this to an agency, I have to figure this out. Like try and do everything yourself before you give it away or think you can't do something. And you can learn so much online now. Like I think that would be my biggest advice. I love that we do everything.
Yeah.
And I think by the time we get to the point where like we've got to hire a 3PL, well, we can say we've packed 1,000 of those. Like we know exactly how it should be packed. Or you do the EDMs. If we did hand that off eventually, like, we know exactly how to do the EDMs and what works. Like you need to know this stuff. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I think as well, like definitely that biggest learning would be like if you were going to hire an agency to find a manufacturer for you, if you're doing like something very heavily product based, you have to know who your manufacturer is. You have to be able to have a relationship with them. Like that is literally the only thing that
all of our money is tied up on molds in a factory in China. Like we have to know
who they are, where that money's gone. Like we've got a plan.
Is that normal that you don't know? Like, is that just that set up?
If you were to do it through a sourcing agency, really normal. Yeah, they won't give that up. That's their like
said like secret sauce.
So we're your own business and you don't need your own business.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
And you really
you're beholden to them, because as long as you want to keep manufacturing your product, you keep having to pay them to.
And they also won't tell you what they're taking per unit.
Oh,
they just gave us a flat price.
Right. And so we're like, well, what's going to the manufacturer? What's going to the...
Yeah, how much are they clicking on the end of it?
It's just like, it's a bit of a dodgy thing. Hey, I think if you were minted and you didn't give a
you didn't care,
then all right, go for it. But if you're bootstrapped, like looking back now, I'm like, I can't believe we were ever not going to know who our manufacturer was.
So now you do. Now you
we know Chris. We FaceTimed him. We love all.
Got him on speed dial.
Yeah.
What's the vision for the future like with props, and how do you see it?
So we want to, obviously right now it's a phone case, but we want to have a range of products.
Yeah, we want to be like a full
creators.
ecosystem of products for the everyday creator. So that's our.
We're going to say what kind of product?
Should we say? Should we launch our? Should we tell you our next product?
Oh my God, I'd be on it.
Okay, we're still working on the name, but we do think it's going to be called the Hook.
Oh,
right.
You've hooked me.
We've hooked. Well, exactly the hook. Yeah. Okay, so obviously you've got the legs that come out, right?
Yeah.
And what we've designed, the hook, is a suction cup. So you can do it on like glass, metal, like heaps of different stuff. And it's got a hook specifically designed so you can hook in the legs. And it's suction, and then
it can go.
Wow.
So suction cups, obviously, traditionally, you can only use them here
on the phone,
flat, and use your front camera.
Yeah.
Ours, pop out the legs, get top down, chefs, whatever, like day lights, get ready with me on the mirror.
I love that. That's clever. And it's clever because you need the props case to use it.
Ecosystem.
Oh, guys.
And I bet you'll be sexy. It'll be
so
very
sexy.
Like,
it's
I don't know anyone else who can make a
beautiful.
suction cup sound sexy, but it'll be sexy.
The hook. We're going to hook those buggers, aren't we? Yeah, it's going to be really good. It should be out in January.
Amazing, guys. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
You did so well. You were so nervous.
I think what you guys are doing is incredibly amazing, brave, courageous. Like, it's so cool. No one that I have spoken to in a startup phase like this has like the tenacity. Like I watch you guys and I'm like, these guys are going to go all the way. I know it. I'm backing them 100% because like you can just actually feel like how passionate you are about your product. Like I can see how you haven't given up. It would have been so easy to just be like, you know what, fuck it, 17K, that was a waste of money. Let's move on. But it's like stories like this that get me inspired, like make me go, you know what, I'm not giving up on a bad day. Like, let's just keep going. So I know that
I would want to say thank you to you as well, because I feel like you have been such a cheerleader. When you did your little unboxing, like that was our first unboxing video, and we were like, it's still on our website, like literally like on the community page. We're like, Shani, like we just thank you so much to both of you as well for having us. Like opportunities like this are so important to us, so thank you.
Well, we're rooting for you guys.
Yeah. So we always end the podcast with some rapid fire questions.
Oh, good Lord. Right.
So I want to know, what's like a random party trick you have or a fun fact about that we wouldn't know?
About who?
Maybe like say it about each other. Like,
oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't be too detailed. Just
what do you think?
So what did you say?
Like a fun fact about each other that we wouldn't know or people wouldn't know, like something random.
Okay, he speaks fluent Spanish.
What?
Not quite.
Yo puedo hablar español. ¿Cómo sabes hablar español?
Then you do. You always say. Go on then.
Okay. Aprendo español cuando yo fuiste trabajando en Panama.
It's okay.
She set you up again.
Babe, you've done 500 days of Duolingo. I would expect a more quicker response than that.
Yeah, I haven't spoke Spanish in about 3 years.
How do you speak fluent?
My mum and dad are from Uruguay.
No way.
Yeah.
Babe, that's so sexy, by the way.
Yeah. That was so funny. Did you see his lips?
Mine wasn't so sexy, huh?
Mick?
Sorry, we
don't let off the hook. What's one of hers? Come on.
Vixter.
What's something people don't know about me, babe?
I feel like you tell everyone everything
I know.
about you.
Yeah,
so
we know everything
there's
about
nothing-
Vicky.
Oh, you're a bit of a nerd. You like, what is it? I discovered that you liked CSI.
Oh, yeah,
She
because I
still
knew what
loves
gunshot
CSI.
residue meant, GSR. I was like, it's gunshot residue. He was like, this, do you like CSI? Yeah, I do like CSI. I am a bit nerdy. Like, I love, like, little kind of, like little things like that. Like, I love learning about murderers.
Oh, watch out.
I need you
Do you
as
know
a
what
friend.
it is? It really soothes me because then I think, oh, like, I'm not as nutty as what I...
Yeah,
like,
but there's people out there crazier than
that's
you.
what I mean.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
It's
I
like
get
it's this
it.
like calming
It's
effect.
like assuring.
Yeah.
It's assuring.
Yeah.
Well, we love you.
Yeah.
And we'll make sure we put everything in the show notes. Everyone can go find you. And
Thank
yeah,
you.
watch me too, because I'm going to get one of those cases. So you can see
We're
me.
gonna
get
send
her.
you one.
And Mick, get her back, mate.
Yeah.
Like, you got to start
did
getting
do
her
one
back.
that
No,
was-
because I've got so many videos on my phone where I try to get it back, but I just burst out
Babe,
laughing. I
he's
find it
terrible. The other day he
hilarious.
was like this. Hi, Jane Lou. Right. And I turned around and I was like, Mickey, what are you doing, mate? And he was using a fake phone as well, right? And I was like, babe, like, let's put some effort.
Oh, it's my mission to help you. We'll try and get her back.
Oh, go
Thank
for
you.
it, guys. I love it.
Thanks
You just
for-
scare me good, don't you?
Yeah.
Thanks for being on, guys. You're the
Thank
best.
you. I appreciate it.
Wait, babe, before you go, we have a little gift for you. We know talking about money and building wealth can feel so overwhelming sometimes, so we want to make it easy for you. If you head to the show notes or grab the link in our Instagram bio, you can download our free financial literacy and wealth building masterclass bundle. This is a private recording we held for our business community recently, where we break down exactly how to start building multiple income streams, smart saving strategies, and how to set yourself up financially, even if you are starting from zero. And because we love you, we are also throwing in our 50 plus income producing ideas guide. Yep, you heard that right. Over 50 different ways that you can start creating an income in today's world, including both quick cash ideas and our top 3 residual income streams that can help you make money while you sleep. It's perfect if you've been thinking about starting a side hustle or creating an extra income on the side, but have
no idea where to begin. Both of those are completely free, and you can head on over to the show notes or our link in bio on Instagram and click the link to download it today. P.S. Here's something that might really surprise you, that really surprised us when we realized 83% of you listening to this episode right now don't actually follow the show. And look, we totally get hitting that button seems like such a small thing, but we would love to ask you, if you took something away from today's episode or any others in the past, could you please do us a little favor and hit that subscribe or follow button on whatever platform you're listening or watching from? Because you have no idea how much that little number actually supports our channel. I know it seems super minuscule, but that follower count is genuinely the force behind the level of guests that we can bring to you on this show. It's what helps us have incredible thought leaders, entrepreneurs, and real conversations in this space. And it would mean the absolute world to us if you did that for us. So if something resonated with you today, you can hit that subscribe or follow button, and we would love you forever. And if you're feeling extra generous, you can leave us a review and tell us what you loved about today's episode. We read every single one, and honestly, they really make our day. Lastly, if you're curious about working with either Lauren or Shani, or you just want to have a chat, you can slide into our DMs over on Instagram. It is hands down the best way to reach us. You can find Shani at Shani Peach or Lauren at It's Lauren Kerr. All the links are in the show notes, of course, and make sure you're following the show account at Babes Talking Business for all of the behind the scenes content, bonus tips, and announcements. We genuinely love hearing from you guys. So whether you have a question about today's episode or want to share your wins, or you just need some encouragement on your business journey, make sure you pop into our inbox. Seriously, you can send a message and just say hi. We are real humans on the other side, and we actually reply. So we just want to say thank you so much for being here, and we appreciate you showing up, doing the work, and investing in yourself today. So go ahead and grab those freebies, take action on what resonated with you today, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye.